Hey there, it's Krystal Everdeen, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this red, white, and blue top. For this project, I used red, blue, and white yarn, and they're all size 4 yarn, 100% acrylic, and I'm also using a size 5mm hook. The first thing I'm going to do to start this project is use the red yarn, and with the red yarn, I'm going to create the cup. And if you are new to my channel or don't know how to crochet a cup, I will have a how to crochet a cup for beginners video linked in the description box below because I'm going to go a little bit fast right here. So the first thing I did was create a slip knot, and then I'm going to chain 12, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like so. And after I've created my chain of 12, I'm going to go back on that chain with a single crochet. Also, if you are completely new to crochet, I will leave a crochet for beginners video in the description box below as well, so you can go ahead and practice with that first and then come back to either this video or try out a few other more beginner friendly videos. My earlier crochet tutorials are much more beginner friendly, but as the years went on and I kept repeating myself over and over again in every tutorial, I have gone faster and faster. So people who've been subscribed to me for a long time watching my videos, they're used to it, but if you're new to my channel, again, I highly recommend checking out the beginner-friendly projects first and then coming back to my newer ones. So I have completed my first row of single crochet, and then I'm going to chain 1, flip the project over, go into the very first stitch of the new row, and then complete a second row of single crochet. Again, the Crochet for Beginners video will cover all of the basic stitches that I use, and it will again be linked in the description box below. So I am now approaching the end of my second row of single crochet here, and while normally you would approach the end of the row and then do the same thing we did the first time and chain 1, flip the project over, we're actually not going to do that. So instead of working horizontally as we normally would with the project, we're actually going to flip it vertically and create our cup this way. So we're going to make the point right here and then make it more of a triangular shape. So in order to make the point, you're going to go into this middle part of the project and create 3 single crochets within this one stitch, and that's going to create the point of the cup, and make it triangular. And after you've created those 3 single crochets inside of that one opening, we're actually going to now start crocheting down the opposite side we were originally crocheting. So we're just going to go this way, all the way down. Once we reach the bottom, we're going to chain 1, flip the project over, then crochet our way back up, create those 3 single crochets inside of that one middle stitch, and then crochet our way back down to the opposite side till we reach the bottom. Then chain 1, go back up, down, up, down, up, down, and so on and so forth until we're happy with the size of the cup. So now that I'm going into the very last stitch of the row, I'm going to chain 1, flip the project over, then go into the very first stitch of the new row, and make sure that you do this, because if you do not go into the very first stitch of the new row, or you don't chain 1 at the end of the row, then your cup is going to start to curve and it won't look the same as mine. And that's the #1 complaint or comment that I get in making cups, like, why is my cup curving? And it's most likely because you are not chaining 1 at the end, or you're not going into the very first stitch of the new row. So now that I've reached the top right here, I'm going to make sure that I go into that middle stitch. And once I do, I'm going to create 3 single crochets inside of that one stitch, and that's going to make a point. You may not see it right away, but after a few rows of doing this, then you'll definitely start to see more of a triangular shape. And once you're happy with the coverage, when you put the cup against yourself, then you will be done creating this cup, and then we can move on to the second cup. However, we are going to want to make our cups slightly smaller than how we would normally make them. So instead of being a full coverage cup, just make it large enough so that it barely covers you, because we're actually going to add a couple of other layers on top of it. And if you make a full sized cup that covers you completely, then it's just going to be really big because we're going to add those extra colors on top of it. So just make it big enough so that it covers, you know, the important parts. And then we could add the white and the blue layers on top of it. So after a number of rows, your cup should eventually look something like this, much more triangular. And again, you make that point with those 3 single crochets at the top, and then it's going to look like this eventually. Now normally my cup would look a little bit larger so it can get full coverage, but I made sure that it's just barely covering, again, the important parts, and it would be a little too small on its own, but we're going to be adding the blue and white details afterwards, so it's going to get wider, so I don't have to worry about that. So after you have created your first cup and you're happy with the coverage, then you're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing over again and make a second cup. And just starting from the second cup that I created, I haven't detached it from the yarn ball yet. I'm going to attach the next color, which is going to be white. So I'm going to grab my white yarn and then attach it so that I can crochet with it. This is the way I attach new yarn. There's probably like a better way, but this is all I do. I just put it onto my crochet hook, tighten the old color, and then just continue with the new color. So from here on, I'm just going to chain 1, go into that first stitch, and single crochet my way all along the cup, just making it a row of single crochet with the white yarn now. So like I said, I'm just going to go all along the cup as I normally would. So even when I reach the point of the cup, I'm still going to create 3 single crochets at the point, just to keep the cup shape going. Yeah, so I'm just going to just make an entire row. If this whole thing is considered a one row, then a whole row of white single crochet here at the point. So I'm going to crochet 3 single crochets at this point, and then after that I'm going to work my way down and single crochet my way down, and then once I reach the bottom, I'm probably going to end up making another row of the white, because just one row of single crochet won't show if I layer on the next color. So I think 2 rows of each color will be good, and then it'll also like fill up the size of the cup so you can again get more coverage. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Once I approach the end here and I go into the very last stitch of this row, then I'm going to chain 1, last stitch, then chain 1, and then flip the project over, and then go into the very first stitch of the new row, and then continue on with my second row of single crochet using the white yarn. And so far it should look something like this, although you can't really see the white with the white background, but yeah, it should look something like this. So I'm going to make that white portion a little bit thicker with yet another row of single crochet with the white yarn. Okay, so I actually ended up making 3 rows of single crochet using the white yarn, and now that I've completed 3 rows of single crochet using the white yarn, I'm actually going to attach the second cup just from where I left off. And the way I'm going to attach it is by putting my hook through both of the loops and then bringing both the excess yarn from the first cup as well as the yarn from the yarn ball together, and now they're attached. Woo! And from here I'm going to now make the rows of single crochet on the second cup using the white yarn. So I'm just going to make my way up this second cup, or rather this is the first cup that I made, but anyway, yeah, I'm just going to make 3 rows of single crochet with the white yarn, And then from there, we could finally attach the blue yarn. Maybe, because I'm actually not sure exactly how I'm going to make this. But, yeah, so again, from here, I made 3 rows of single crochet. And then I attached the 2 cups together right here. And now I'm going to make another 3 rows of single crochet on this cup so that they're even. And then we will move on to the next step. Alrighty, so I have completed my 3 rows of single crochet using the white yarn, and the project looks something like this. So now, actually, instead of adding a new color, I want to make a row for the bottom portion of the top, the part that's going to actually cover your rib cage. I'm going to make a row of white first, and then we're going to figure out how we're going to add the rest of the colors and make like the straps and stuff. And there's probably a much easier way to put this all together. But I like to crochet my projects without detaching the yarn from the yarn ball. Like, I try to minimize the number of times I detach the yarn from the yarn ball and then reattach it. I don't know why, that's just like my thing. Sorry if I make it difficult for you or like more complicated because I do that, but yeah, that's what I do. Anyway, so from here, the end of the cup, I'm going to chain 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and the reason I chain 15 is because through trial and error I have figured out that 15 chains is exactly what I need in order for the project to properly wrap around my rib cage the way I want it to. But of course every body is different, your body shape and your preferences are different. So again, just use trial and error to figure out how many chains you need to chain in order to cover your body from here to here. And then once you have created that chain, you're going to go back on that chain with a single crochet. So again, I chained 15 chains, and that's how many I need in order for me to like how it covers my rib cage. Like the length of it. You may want to make more chains, you may want to make less chains, totally up to you. So now that I have gone back to the actual cup, this is what it looks like. It's just my row of single crochet extended from the bottom of the cup, and now I'm going to make a row of single crochet all along the bottom of both cups until I reach the other side, and then I'm going to chain 15 again, and then make yet another row of single crochet with the white yarn. And this first row of single crochet all along the bottom of the cups may be a little bit difficult because there's no like exact stitches to go into. You're just kind of like figuring it out. But after you've made this row of single crochet, it will be much easier to crochet on top of it. But yeah, see how it's like all jagged and stuff? But this new row of single crochet is making it nice and smooth, so don't worry about that. It is rocky in the beginning, but then afterwards it gets much easier. So yeah, I'm just going to continue single crocheting all along the bottom of the cups until I reach the other side, and then I'm going to chain 15 and then go back over to the opposite side with another row of single crochet. Alrighty, so I reached the other side and made 15 chains, then went along that chain with a single crochet. And now I am completing the rest of the row of single crochet until I reach this side by going across the bottom of the cups again. And again, this time was much easier because I could just go into the previous row of single crochet instead of having to stab into the bottom of the cup here. But yeah, so I think like the actual cups, I'm going to make 3 rows of single crochet, possibly even 4 rows of single crochet for this bottom portion, just so they could be a little bit different than what is on the cups, but we shall see. I mean, usually I like to keep my stripes pretty thick, but we'll see. I'm going to say that when I check in with you guys again, I'm going to have created 4 rows of single crochet, but we shall see. I will check in with you after I've completed the number of rows I want to make with the white yarn. But yeah, that's pretty much all you're going to do. You're just going to make rows and rows of however many you like using the white yarn, and then we will actually finally move on to the next color. Psych! So I ended up doing 5 rows of single crochet with the white yarn, and now I'm going to attach the blue yarn, and I'm about to do something pretty complicated because in addition to making another row that goes along the bottom of the cups here, just like I did with the white one just now, I also want to go up and do a row on the cup as well as the strap. So we'll see how that goes. Hopefully I don't lose you guys too quickly. And again, I'm just doing this the complicated way just because I don't want to detach the yarn from the yarn ball. If you want to do it the easier way, you can just do the bottom portion of the top with the different colors and the different stripes, and then go back and do the different colors on the cup by attaching the yarn afterward if you find that easier. But this is just my process. This is just how I made it. Hopefully you find it better like I do, but if not, then there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can do it. This is just how I made it to serve as like a general idea of how you can make it, but you could totally make alterations to it if you want to. It's your top. But yeah, so I'm just going to first make a row of single crochet using my blue yarn, and then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to make the rows on the cups as well. Most likely going to, once I reach the other side, I'm most likely going to crochet on top of this, and then across, and then up, and then make the strap right here. So yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do. Either after I complete this row, or after I complete my second row of single crochet with the blue yarn. But yeah, for now, I am crocheting my way using single crochet with the blue yarn. Woo! So I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Alrighty, so I have crocheted 3 rows of single crochet using the blue yarn, and for the last 2 rows, this is my plan. So I want to crochet my way up the side right here and across, and then up, make a strap, go back down on that strap, then go back on over this way, and then crochet my way across here. So that'll be my 4th row of crochet, and then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, where I'm going to crochet up here and then up here, make the strap, and then go back on the strap, and then go down and across for the 5th row, so it could be even with the white. And again, I'm doing all of this nonsense instead of like finishing the bottom portion of the top and then reattaching the color again at the cups, because I refuse to cut the yarn from the yarn ball, because again, I'm strange like that. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do right now. So from here, I'm just going to single crochet like this all along the top right here, so it's like a cute outline of the blue, and then I'm going to crochet my way to the point of the cup, and that's where I will meet you so I can show you how to make the strap. Alrighty, so I'm at the point of the cup, and from here I'm going to chain a very long chain of 150 chains, and the reason it needs to be so long is because in addition to the next strap, it's also going to crisscross across your back, and it needs to be really, really long in order for it to do that. So I do 150 chains. Again, everybody's body type and preference is different, so just use trial and error to figure out how many chains you need to do in order for the straps to work for you. So yeah, after I finish my 150 chains, I'm going to go back on it. Usually I do it with a slip stitch, but this time I'm going to do it with a single crochet, and then again I'm going to crochet my way back down. So yeah, I will meet you back after I'm done with the strap. Alrighty, so I actually did it a little different than what I explained earlier. So instead of doing the full strap with single crochet, I just chained all my 150 chains and then went back on it using a slip stitch as I normally do, but then right where the next strap is going to start showing, I decided to switch it up from slip stitch to single crochet. That way it's a little bit thicker where it shows on the neck portion. So yeah, that's what I did. So this part to this part is single crochet, and then the rest of it is slip stitch. And now I'm going to go back onto the cup and then crochet my way all the way down the cup along the side, and then I'm going to finish up my row of single crochet all along the bottom of the top, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the exact same thing on the other side, and then I will meet you back once I'm done with all of that. Woohoo! Okay, so this is where we are at with the project so far. I think it looks pretty cool. So the reason I didn't go down here with the blue is because I wanted to add red right here, which, you know, it sounds kind of weird because it's red, white, and then red again. But I think it would look cool if it goes along with this strap, so it's like a nice thick strap of both red and blue. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it turns out nice and you're watching this video as it is and not me all frustrated because I had to redo the whole thing. But I really like the way it's coming out so far. The colors are really vibrant and bright and super cool. So yes, I went ahead and did both sides, both straps, and then crochet my way down here and across right here. And then I'm going to finish my last row of single crochet with the blue to complete 5 rows of single crochet with the blue. And then I'm going to add the red back in and then do 5 rows of the red. And then I'm going to have to detach the red and then reattach it here. Dang it, I hate having to detach and reattach, but it's okay. So I'm going to then reattach the red. Where should I reattach the red actually? Maybe like in the middle? I actually don't know where I would reattach it to make it like even. I'll figure it out. But yeah, that's the plan. So now I'm going to single crochet my way across here and then make 5 rows of single crochet using the red yarn, and then I will check back in with you. Woo! Alrighty, so I have finished the final row of the blue yarn, and now I'm going to reattach the red yarn the way that I attach it, all weird by just putting it on my hook and then crocheting with it. And then I'm going to again make 5 rows of single crochet using the red yarn, and then we're going to work out the details, the final details, and finish crocheting this red, white, and blue top. So here we go. Going to finish my 5 rows of single crochet. So this is what it looks like. Woo! Alrighty, check back in with you guys once I'm done. So this is what my project looks like so far. I have just completed the 5th row of single crochet using the red yarn, and I'm pretty much done with the bottom portion of the top. Mine is a crop top. If you want it to be a full top, if you want it longer, then all you need to do is continue on with the stripe pattern. So if you want to make it longer, then you do another 5 rows of single crochet with white yarn, and then another 5 rows of single crochet with blue yarn, and then another 5 rows of single crochet with red yarn. Or you can just make the stripes really thick. So instead of just 5 rows of each color, then you could do like, I don't know, 10 rows of each color, so they're like really thick, and then you'll have just 3 really thick stripes, but it will be longer, so totally up to you. So now I'm going to figure out where I'm going to attach the red yarn so I could do this portion of the top. Okay, so I think I figured out where I'm going to attach the red yarn. I'm going to attach it right at the base of the strap, and then I'm going to single crochet my way up the strap and then down the strap and then along the inner portion of the 2 cups to the other side, and then I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to single crochet my way up the strap and then down the strap, and then I will finally be done with this top. So it looks something like this so far. Of course, all of these excess strings, I'm going to cut them out at the very end so it will look nice and crisp. But yeah, so I'm essentially going to single crochet my way up to the point where I stopped making single crochets, and then I started doing the slip stitch. So this is where why won't it focus? So this is the part where I stopped single crocheting and then I just created slip stitches. So that's where I'm going to stop making my red single crochets as well, and then from that point I'm going to turn the project around and then single crochet my way down and across to the other side. So this is what the strap looks like. It is blue on one side and then red on the other, and now I have reached the inner portion of the cup, and I'm just going to again single crochet my way down here and then back up to the other side, and then finish up the strap on this side as well, and then I'll finally be done crocheting this top. Hooray, hooray! So I have just completed the row of red yarn. So now I'm completely done crocheting the top. Woohoo! And I think it looks pretty cool. It kind of looks a little like circusy. I don't know why I get circus vibes from it. Probably because like this reminds me of Harley Quinn a little bit. The red and the blue, just like her hair, or it's just like one side is pink and one side is blue. But anyway, I think it looks really cute. So now we're going to finish it off by lacing up the straps. So you're going to grab one strap from one side and you're going to lace it through the top portion of the bottom portion of the top, and then you're going to bring it over to the opposite side, and you're going to, oh, I never sealed this, whoops, hold on. Whoop. Alright, and then you're going to, again, take the strap and bring it over to the middle portion of the bottom portion of the top, and then lace that through, and then you're going to take that same strap once again and bring it over to the opposite side one last time, and then you're going to lace it through the bottom portion of the top. And after you do that, you're pretty much going to do the exact same thing but with the opposite strap. And after that, then you are completely done with the top, and all you have to do now is style it and rock it for summer and have a great time. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you found it interesting, entertaining, or helpful. If you enjoy free crochet tutorials, I have a ton of them on my channel, so go ahead and search up crochet on my channel and a bunch of crochet tutorials will pop up. I'll also link a few of my favorites in the description box below, so yeah, have fun with it. Thank you again for watching, and don't forget to click that red subscribe button if you have not already, so I can see you next time. Bye!